Hey, it's Bobby Bones with some exciting news. Open booking is here for the Top Shelf Country Cruise, setting sail February 2026 aboard the luxurious Celebrity Reflection. Spots are filling up fast, so book your stateroom today or sign up to become a lineup insider to receive the final lineup 48 hours prior to the public. Don't miss your chance to make February 2026 unforgettable. Visit TopShelfCountryCruise.com. That's TopShelfCountryCruise.com.
What goals did you set for 2025? If better sleep is one, Symbiotica's magnesium L-threonate helps you wake up refreshed. For gut health, their glutathione supports digestion and reduces bloating. Symbiotica is one of the most transparent brands out there, never compromising on quality or sourcing. Their products are free from seed oils, preservatives, toxins, and artificial additives, something you can taste and feel in every packet. Go to Symbiotica.com and use code iHeart for 20% off and free shipping. That's Symbiotica.com, code iHeart.
All right, take off their blindfolds.
Where are we?
Who the hell are you?
I was naughty the whole time I had that blindfold on. Nobody spanked me. I want a refund. I want a refund, right? I want to...
Calm down, all three of you. I'm Special Agent Smith, and this is Special Agent Everyman, and we've brought you here today for a very important reason.
She was dead when I found her, but she's dead.
That's not the reason. Wait, but seriously? We're the FBI. You're just volunteering that?
The who now?
Yeah, no time for all that. Listen, guys. Heath, Tom, Eli. We think the three of you are in a position to do some important work for your country.
You clearly just said do and work. I'm out.
Yeah, me too.
Not so fast, Tom. We're the FBI, and we don't mind using a little leverage.
Like this, for example?
That photo of Bigfoot has been long debunked.
Actually, that's a picture of my ass.
Really? How can you tell?
It's proof that you spent time with a prostitute named Desiree Archibald on the night of June 18th, 2009.
Desiree! Oh, that was her name. Oh, man. The thing she could... Thanks! I got to give her a call next time I'm in Minneapolis.
Wait a minute. You're not... worried about your reputation?
Whoa, my reputation. Never gonna be mayor now.
Doesn't even own a gas station.
Okay. Well, what about you, Mr. Enright? Here's audio of you admitting the most debased perversions imaginable.
Is from God Awful Movies?
No, it was from a Skype call.
A Skype call where we were recording God Awful Movies?
Yeah, maybe.
You know, we publish those conversations on purpose, right? That's like our whole thing.
Really?
Well, what about you, Eli? This entire file is evidence of foreign objects we can prove have been inside your rectum.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Oh, I'm going to win so many bets. See, Tom, I told you. I
don't see how you managed to unfold it while it was up there.
It's like speaking Mandarin and doing a split, man. It's 90% confidence.
Can you still iron on it, though?
I mean, I was never gonna, but yes. Also, pay up, both of you. $50, both of you. Thank you, Mr. Smith and Mr. Everett.
Enough. All three of you, get the hell out of here. You're all unblackmailable.
Okay, Cecil, Everyman, I know you're mad about the situation, but don't lash out. Not in front of Heath. We're all best friends here.
I am not Cecil. I'm an FBI agent right now.
Cecil...
And we are not best friends.
I knew it. That's how you get him. You ask, and it's like a...
They have to tell you. They're not allowed to lie to you.
They have to tell you if they're your best friend. Not a lot of people know that.
I just wear a shirt that says, "Are you a cop?" And they can't do anything then.
Are you a cop? I have it as a bumper sticker, too. They can't pull me over.
Hello and welcome to Citation Needed, the podcast where we choose a subject, read a single article about it on Wikipedia, and pretend we're experts. Because this is the internet, and that's how it works now. My name is Eli Bosnick, and I'll be mellifluously moderating today's meanderings, but I won't be alone. First up, give a big welcome to the closest humans we could find to before and after of making human jerky, Tom and Noah.
I keep telling you guys, I retain a lot of water.
Well, now I'm avoiding it for fear I'm going to hydrate into Tom.
A reasonable fear indeed. And also joining us are inverse hair twins, Cecil and Heath.
He looks like a guy who owns a gun store in Mississippi with a sign out front that says "No darkies."
Fair enough. I do. But Cecil looks like he should be protesting my gun store with like a hack circle in 1970. So.
Hacky sack was invented in 72. Show some respect for America's greatest contribution to sport. Come on.
I'm in a circle of hairy taxi drivers that Cecil would be in.
That was our jobs. All right, so before we ramp things up, it was. All right, so before we ramp things up for the night, I want to thank all the fine people who support the show through Patreon.com. We like them the best, just so you know, because without them, we would still be selling hacky sacks. If you'd like to join their ranks, be sure to stick around until the end of the show, or not. Pause the show. Go to patreon.com/citationpod right now. Toss us $1. We'll be here. It's a digital recording. We gave it to you for free. So, with that out of the way, tell us, Noah, what person, place, thing, phenomena, concept, or event will bring us together today.
Maui.
Really?
No, it's J. Edgar Hoover. I'm fine.
So, espionage.
Just loses a little something when there are no rhotic consonants, but yes, that would be it.
If you could hear them, would they be ear-rhotic consonants?
No, they would not.
Bitch tits.
Penis.
I brought it back. So I tried it last week to go one way. I'm back in it. All right. And because you stole and raped my penguin pants in a vicious, blood-curdling home break-in.
You gave me the key.
Mind of a killer, hide in plain sight. Vicious home break-in. You get to do all the work tonight. So you read the Wikipedia article on J. Edgar Hoover. Are you ready to allow us to suckle upon your teats?
Yes.
Of wisdom.
Let down, but still yes.
That makes 3 of us. All right, then. Without further ado, who is J. Edgar Hoover, and when exactly did he invent the vacuum cleaner?
He did not. He was the first head of the FBI and probably the closest America ever came to having a secret, unelected dictator. Well, at least according to what we know right now exactly at the time of this recording.
And what we know.
I mean, it is a Monday. Like, let's be fair to us here.
Somebody check like CNN.com or something, just real quick.
And refresh. We're good for that joke. We are good for that joke.
All right. So J. Edgar Hoover served as the FBI's director for 37 years from its inception in 1935 to his death in 1972. Later in his life, and after his death, he became increasingly controversial as ever crazier abuses of power about him came to light. He's kind of like Jesus, I guess.
I already like the guy. So, what can you tell us about little Eddie Hoover, Heath?
John Edgar Hoover was born on New Year's Day of 1895 and grew up in Washington, D.C. In high school, he was on the debate team, where he enjoyed arguing against women's suffrage and against abolishing the death penalty. And apparently his hero was Anthony Comstock.
Jesus.
Who is best known for crusading against pornography and birth control in insane ways.
What? I imagine a poster over his bed of Anthony. If you jack off to a poster of Anthony Comstock, does his angel cry? I wonder. It's worth trying. It's worth trying.
I can tell you, I've tried it, and it always makes me cry. I don't know.
It doesn't count unless you're crying.
I can't come unless I'm crying.
Neither can she.
So, Heath, tell us, did he have a higher education?
Well, great question, Eli. In 1916, Hoover got his Bachelor of Laws degree from George Washington University Law School and immediately went to work locking up foreigners. Hoover started with a job in the Justice Department and soon became the head of the Alien Enemy Bureau, which was a special panel created at the beginning of World War I, tasked with jailing allegedly disloyal foreigners with no trial.
No, but they were only bad hombres, right?
Yeah, of course. So he got handed a list of 1,400 suspicious Germans living in the U.S.
Oh, okay, so bad Minch, but same concept.
Right.
You got an idea.
Right. So under his direction, they arrested 98 of these people and designated another 1,172 as, quote, arrestable, whatever the fuck that means.
I mean, let's be real honest, though. They were all arrestable. There were just a few you had to explain yourself for arresting.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Just remember, guys, check your ID before you get the handcuffs out. All right. It's all fun and games until somehow you're the bad guy. Life lessons. Life lessons.
Heath.
I ran the old ID check. Not stupid.
Oh my gosh, let's go get beers. No, I'll take your ID up to the bar.
Moving on. Within a year, America's first Red Scare was ramping up, and the government needed a voracious and experienced violator of civil liberties to deal with it.
Well, so Donald Trump went back in time.
Well, not quite, but
Okay, well then Andrew Jackson awoke from his cryogenic slumber.
also close.
Yeah, and in time travel, America has a lot of good candidates here.
Ooh, Hitler 2020. He's a socialist.
No.
He's a Nazi. Everybody loves him. Walk in the middle.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm a moderate like Dave Rubin.
You just chose the wrong race. Yeah. Anyway, in 1919, Hoover became the head of the General Intelligence Division at the Bureau of Investigations, or pre-FBI. His first job there was to monitor and disrupt the work of domestic radicals, which he did by deporting hundreds of people who definitely didn't do anything illegal.
The original illegal immigrant.
Yeah. Immigrants, still America's leading export.
Okay, only because nobody will start counting pollution.
Yeah.
So tell us, Heath, do you have some sweet, insidious rise to power narrative to share with us?
I do, Eli. I do. Another great question, by the way. You're crushing it. So,
Thank you. Better than Cecil?
Yeah.
On a scale from 1 to Cecil, how good would I say I am?
best friends. It was 1924 now, and Hoover's made such a name for himself that the Attorney General makes him the acting director of the Bureau of Investigation. At the time, the Bureau had about 650 employees, 441 of whom were special agents. I'm assuming the other 209 were extra special? I don't know.
I think the distinction of being a special agent is rendered somewhat less special when the badge is dispensed out of the vending machine in the break room.
Yeah, so he quickly got a reputation as an unpredictable and petty boss.
That's terrible. Sounds really terrible.
And he was quick to fire agents that pissed him off or got more good press than him. And apparently also fired the ones that he thought, quote, looked stupid like truck drivers. It's the exact words from Hoover.
My dad drove a truck for 40 years. He had 3 teeth and ears he could have blindfolded himself with. I'm with Hoover on this one.
Cecil, we agreed the let's insult our dad interstitial didn't fit with the vibe of the show. Let's not try to force it, right? That was a vote.
No, that's fair. My dad was shitty at the lines. Okay, so from this point on, the history of the FBI and the biography of J. Edgar Hoover are the same thing.
Ooh,
So,
I'm excited for J. Edgar Hoover to be castrated by Comey.
all right, so here's a quick bit of background on how and why the FBI came into existence. Prohibition started in 1920 and ended in 1933. So basically, you built up this hugely profitable revenue stream for criminals and then took it away all at once. The result was lots of criminals looking for something to crime on, and many of them turned to banks.
Well, admittedly, those banks were asking for it.
With their rates of yield hiked up around their knees.
Guys, did we create trickle-down crime? Because it kind of seems like we did.
Which reminds me, we should probably come up with something for criminals to do once pot is legal, right? Like, how about counterfeit money? That seems fun, right? Counterfeit money?
Yeah, bank robbers in the early 30s had a lot of things going for them. Honestly.
Heath Enright is weird time-traveling pickup artist.
So, they generally operated across state lines, and there was little to no cooperation between police departments back then. Plus, local law enforcement often wasn't trying that hard because in the post-Depression era, pretty much everybody hated the fuck out of banks and wanted to see them get robbed as vengeance for their contribution to the plight of the common man.
Unlike now, where we all love banks. Guys, we should rob a bank.
I am in.
2 votes.
No.
Nope.
Tied.
Absolutely not.
All right. Never let us do anything. Heath Gore's stupid article.
Well,
Never do my bank robbing podcast.
I said I would do it.
all right. Patreon goal will rob a bank. That's fair.
Ooh, on our way to the live show.
Yeah, nobody could give 0 fucks about the plight of the common man, quite like J. Edgar Hoover. So he pressed to have bank robbery recognized as a federal crime at this point.
Also, naked ladies. Okay, just bank robbery then. Just bank robbery.
Does anyone else retroactively resent this guy?
And then over the next couple of years, Hoover got credit for the capture or shooting of several high-profile criminals, including John Dillinger, Machine Gun Kelly, and Alvin Karpis, despite the fact that he was absolutely nowhere near any of those things happening.
Can I just say, when you name your kid Machine Gun, you're kind of dooming him to a life of crime?
Racist, Cecil. Racist.
Against Irish people. Thank you, Eli. Well, either way, his ability to lie his way into good press gave him an illusion of competence that would ultimately lead to more power that he could then abuse horribly over the rest of the story.
I need you to slow down. I'm taking a lot of notes right now. I need to slow a lot
Are
of
you,
notes.
Tom? Are you?
Never taken a note in your life.
On the iPad, you're allowed instead of a computer, like a millennial's accidental baby. Yeah. You taking notes?
All right, moving ahead. In 1935, the BI got its F, and within 4 years, it established itself as the preeminent agency in the field of domestic intelligence. And to Hoover's credit, lots of the success actually came from changes he made, like his centralization of fingerprints, for example. He also made important advancements in the use of forensics, including the establishment of a division to examine and analyze evidence they'd found, which apparently didn't occur to anyone for the first several years. This is the first they thought of this.
Yeah. Begs the question, yeah. Well, so far, he seems like a delightful, eccentric, competent fella doing his best to make the country great. At the time. So before he shatters that illusion for us, we'll pause for everybody's favorite excuse for Noah to take a smoke break, apropos of nothing.
Dude, I can't believe you talked us into this.
Trust me, guys, this is gonna be amazing.
Hi, welcome to First National. How can I help you today?
Okay, everyone down on the ground. Shit. I am so sorry.
Tom!
Dude!
If that is your real name.
Yeah, it's good save.
Thank you.
You shot Steve
I'm sorry. It was a warning shot.
straight in front of you?
Okay, all right, that's my bad. You okay?
I'll be fine. Just give me a minute here.
See, this guy's a trooper. That's what I like about him.
Well, I am a veteran.
Yikes.
You shot a veteran,
You
Tom.
shot a veteran.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I've been shot before. Won the Purple Heart for it, actually.
I am so sorry.
No, I was just, trying to pull in some extra income for my grandson. He's got cancer, you see.
Oh, this went so bad.
No, Steve, don't die. Well, not a week before your wedding.
Seriously, it's like 80.
Yeah, who would have thought I'd meet the girl of my dreams again after 50 years apart? Tell Mabel I love her.
I quit the robbery.
Oh, I absolutely quit the robbery.
Oh,
I said we should do go-karts.
Ooh, let's do go-karts.
Yeah.
Bye, Steve. And we're back. When we last left off, J. Edgar Hoover was kicking brown people out of the country or knitting hats. I wasn't really paying attention. That's Heath's job this week.
Thanks, Eli. So I should point out that long before he took over as the director of the FBI, Hoover developed a habit of spying on perfectly harmless American citizens.
Yeah, I literally can't imagine what else to do with this power. Why would you have it? Otherwise, I don't.
How could you abuse it? It's fine. So included in his early list of dangerous subversives worth keeping an eye on was Felix Frankfurter, who, despite Hoover's classification as, quote, the most dangerous man in the United States, went on to become a Supreme Court justice.
Jeez.
And fun fact,
No.
helped found the American Civil Liberties Union
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say that he...
and invented the hot dog.
There
Not a lot of
it
people know
is.
that.
Yeah, I knew that was
Heath,
coming.
you were speaking about spying on civilians in the past tense.
Yeah, so this didn't exactly slow down once he had the FBI up and running. Today, Hoover is probably best remembered for the grossly unconstitutional abuses of power that stemmed from his psychotic paranoia about subversives. Under his leadership, the FBI investigated tens of thousands of suspected subversives and radicals, including MLK, Charlie Chaplin, Albert Einstein, Jerry Garcia, Jimi Hendrix, and, of course, the paragon of international terrorist subversion himself, Liberace.
Jeez.
Can you imagine being the agent who has to listen to those secret microphones? Just a report full of...
Use the candelabra.
Why is so much of this report withheld? No, redacted is a safe word. I say it. It says it at the top of the report there. I know it's going to confuse.
Guys, just because he was a black civil rights activist doesn't mean he was gay.
I like it. The official stance of Citation Needed podcast is that Martin Luther King Jr. was gay. Let's make a shirt.
No, let's not.
I want to make a shirt.
We don't make shirts out of all of these.
Let's also
things.
not make it our stance. Let's not make the shirt nor make it our stance. All right. Moving ahead to World War II. Just the one vote. Outvoted. That's official. World War II. So this is when Hoover got permission from Roosevelt to wiretap any person suspected of any kind of subversive activity. And when it became clear that Hoover took that to mean anybody for any reason forever, FDR added a stipulation that Hoover needed to at least tell the attorney general he was doing it. And sometimes he even did that.
Was there a pretty please clause in effect? Is that what?
1940s WikiLeaks was just Julian Assange on a street corner. Extra, Hoover spies on ya. He got away with rape. Fun fact about that gentleman. He got away with rape.
According to Assange's fans, so did John Podesta.
Maybe they both did.
Lock him up. Okay. So the war ended, and then in 1946, Attorney General Tom C. Clark authorized Hoover to compile a list of potentially disloyal Americans who might be detained during a wartime national emergency. And from what I've read so far, I'm pretty sure Hoover was like, oh, you mean this one? I should pretend I need more time? Not this one. Not this one.
Oh, wow. Wherever could I find something like that? That'll take months, weeks. I feel like weeks to compile.
It's your time, J. Edgar. Don't screw it up. Play it cool, man. Play it cool. You got it. This is yours.
Yeah. So basically, from Prohibition through the first decade of the Cold War, J. Edgar Hoover steadily increased the amount of shit he was allowed to get away with. And pretty much nobody pushed back at all until the mid-50s, when a series of Supreme Court decisions sought to limit the ability of the Justice Department to prosecute people for their political opinions.
Fucking Supreme Court legislating from the bench again. It's
Right?
Always, right?
I mean, I've been cockblocked by a team of old men before, but never so formally. You know?
You liar. They were in uniforms.
That was pretty formal.
I mean, Tom, maybe don't always be the first guy to shout ass to ass at those company Requiem for a Dream parties you guys do. That's all I'm saying.
No. Suggestion not taken.
second guy's always much more popular to shout that.
Someone's got to get the chant started, or it never happens.
Tom is the Mets fan trying to start a wave of ass to ass.
All right, so, as you might have guessed, not being able to arrest people for thinking the wrong shit really pissed off J. Edgar Hoover. So when the law turned against him, he decided to overlook stuff like legality, and that's when he started a program called COINTELPRO, which is described as a dirty tricks program. It's described like that by people who can't think of anything more derogatory to call burglary, wiretapping, planting false documents, and spreading disinformation everywhere. Or what you might call a presidential campaign in today's parlance. Many historians claim that the list of dirty tricks also included inciting violence and arranging murder. But to be fair, those authors classify it as a downright boorish tricks campaign. So more accurate.
We also have a tasteless tricks division, which specializes in not bringing food to people's potlucks, sending out Facebook invites to weddings, my bad. Oh, really? You want me to check my Facebook if I can come to your wedding? Yeah, let me check on my high school ex and then see if I can come to your wedding. Buy a paper invite. Splurge.
Yeah, so, meanwhile, while Hoover's obsessing over communists and gathering dirt on celebrities and politicians, real crime is also happening, which is kind of his job. During the 40s and 50s, he ignored the rise of organized crime to the point where the mafia is basically advertising for, like, MobCon 57 in local newspapers. The FBI does nothing about it.
Bunch of mobsters dressed as Harley Quinn.
There's real big crowds at the booths for pinky rings and improper pluralizations.
So, what's your booth about? What the fuck is it to you, asshole, huh?
It's actually not too far off. Up until the highly publicized Appalachian meeting, where nationwide crime bosses openly met to discuss who gets to extort whom. Like they literally did the first scene of The Warriors. They had that. They advertised it in papers. Anyway, before that, Hoover was still denying that the mafia even existed in the U.S. And this actually led many to believe that Hoover was being blackmailed, obviously, by the mob. At this point, the federal government had a mandatory retirement age of 70, but Hoover happened to turn 70 around the same time JFK was getting shot, so Lyndon Johnson waived the requirement
Birthday
and allowed him to
present!
stay on indefinitely.
Also, Hoover arranged the shooting, so it'd be weird to fire the guy who just got you the job. What I'm saying is Johnson is classier than Trump, is what I'm saying. He's classier.
About a year later, rumors about Hoover's enormous illegal surveillance program started leaking to the public. So odds are pretty good LBJ ended up regretting that one. Didn't work out well. All right, well, I feel like I'm being super negative so far. So I'd like to add a couple of positive things about J. Edgar too. For example, he was a dog person. Pretty awesome. Also, as far as we know, he never killed a man just to watch him die. We don't know that.
Oh, wait, important question here. Do we know if he preferred Danish to donuts?
Yes, we do know that. He preferred donuts because he's a human and humans don't prefer Danishes.
And if Twitter had existed back then, he'd have like 800,000 followers. It'd be cool, right?
Now, but to be fair, this is the guy that invented following back.
And also, one more positive thing. Hoover died of a heart attack in 1972. And almost immediately, the heroic image he maintained in the media started to vanish. Among his many lasting legacies is the name of the FBI's D.C. headquarters, and also the fact that FBI directors are now limited to 10-year terms, so they can't act like J. Edgar Hoover.
Yeah, there you go.
Laws in hindsight, the very saddest of all the laws.
Megan's Law. Second Amendment.
You have that whole song that you do? Whatever, man.
I'm a child molester and I want to fuck your kids. It's a whole, I'm trying to like.
We should choreograph it better, though. I think it's the dance part, maybe. That's the problem.
It's the
'Cause song's
blackface,
great.
to be honest.
You think it's the blackface?
I think it's the blackface.
I don't know.
So, Heath, are there any other salacious details about him that you'd like to share with us before we close out the show this evening?
All right, well, by far the largest section on the Wikipedia article is the segment at the end dedicated to whether or not he enjoyed a good penis.
That's the ticket, Heath. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, the rumors seem to be based on the fact that he never got married and that he was always going to like nightclubs and taking vacations with another unmarried guy to whom he later willed his entire estate. So, yeah, he was probably gay.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or maybe they were just best friends.
We are not best friends. Stop sending me plane tickets.
I don't think those were meant for you.
Yeah, so one other rumor you'll often hear, according to one poorly sourced biography, Hoover also engaged in cross-dressing at gay parties. And despite the fact that it was never corroborated and the source might as well be InfoWars, and the fact that if it's true, that would be just about the least interesting thing this guy did in his entire life. Despite all that, this rumor has been repeated so often that most people seem to think it's like a proven fact. So, not that it matters either way, but it's almost certainly false. Because wherever he was putting his dick, there was nothing about J. Edgar Hoover's life that suggested flamboyant public behavior. That was definitely not his thing.
Oh, sassy gay J. Edgar Hoover would be amazing. Just like that batch is un-American. Tap his fat phone.
What? His fat phone?
Batch.
What's happening?
So that's what gay guys sound like. So what? Yeah, talk to one. So if you had to summarize everything you learned, that was a slow burn.
Fuck.
So if you had to summarize everything you learned today in a single sentence, what would that sentence be?
Everyone should have to read 1984 like once a year just to stay fresh. Everybody.
Well, Heath, it seems like you've told us everything to know about the man except the time he built the dam and why the fan is right there where it can get the tip of your dick when a thing...
No, neither of those things. None of that.
So,
none of those things you said.
Are you ready to face the panel?
I am ready.
All right, I will go first. It is a well-established fact that J. Edgar Hoover was a cross-dresser.
I literally just said that was not corroborated.
No one's listening. InfoWars! So which is not a completely true fact about J. Edgar Hoover's personal life?
Not human intelligence. Sorry, go ahead.
All right. A, he chewed and swallowed 35 pieces of cinnamon gum every morning. B, he started a child sex ring that he ran out of a pizza parlor. C, he was also a furry, his costume of choice being a brown bear that he kept at the Overlook Hotel. Or D, he was more than a little concerned about where to put the lotion, his strong suggestion being in the basket.
Wait, one of these is not a completely true. 3 of these are completely true facts?
Yeah, just like the
Just make your
cross-dressing.
choice, Heath.
D, lotion in the basket.
Yes, of course.
All right, I got a tough one for you here. Which of the following is not something that J. Edgar Hoover suspected of being a subversive danger to American liberties? A, the movie It's a Wonderful Life. B,
Delightful movie.
gay people in government. C, boobs.
Gross.
Or D, subverting American liberties.
All right, well, we all know boobs are super subversive. A, the movie It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, yeah, sure, because the thing kind of requires that you're right, but no, it was D.
It says Heath gets this one right.
It does. So, yeah, you're right, apparently.
Deal with
No, actually, he had a big issue with that. No, it was the subversion of American liberties he had no issues with whatsoever.
All right, my turn. Heath, which of the following is not the real name of a gangster that J. Edgar Hoover investigated? A, Pretty Boy Floyd. B, Babyface Nelson. Or C, Stony Tongue Hiram.
Is it D, Eli was too lazy to make a 4th fake name?
I was just trying to fit the pattern. If I realized you were going to blow it on It's a Wonderful Life, would have offered D. I almost just doxed Heath. That was going to be my D. It's just Heath's real name.
All right, well, it's D, my real name that we're not going to say.
Okay, Heath, if J. Edgar Hoover had a gay bar, what would it be called? A, I'd tap that. B, blackmail. And male is like the gender. C, subversives. Or D, the cum stuck.
It's definitely A. I'd tap that. That's a fantastic name for a bar.
I have a life goal. I want to open a gay bar called I'd Tap That.
I'd tap that bass. Yeah.
Well, Heath, since technically someone stumped you this week, but we decided beforehand that they didn't.
False.
You win.
Fake news.
This part of the show really fell apart, folks. It really didn't come together in the way we hoped it was. So, that means that one way or the other, you get to take over hosting duties next week. Plus, you get to read the answer to last week's Twitter question.
Okay, last week's question was, you've been appointed Centralia's new mayor, and now it's your job to create a spiffy new PSA to convince its remaining residents to leave. What's the PSA? And the winning answer was from Tyler, who had, the coal fire once used a private email server. Very good stuff from Tyler. Also, hashtag I am Cecil's best friend was in there. Well done. And here's the new question. As we just learned from Cecil, J. Edgar Hoover's government surveillance-themed gay bar would have been called I'd Tap That. What would have been their best-selling item? And if you'd like to be part of the contest, retweet the episode along with your answer, and we just might read it next week.
And that's going to do it for this week's show. For Cecil, Heath, Noah, and Tom, I'm Eli Bosnick, thanking you for hanging out with us today. If you'd like to hear more from us, you can hear Heath, Noah, and myself on The Scathing Atheist, The Skeptocrat, or God Awful Movies. You have way fewer options if you want to hear more from Tom and Cecil, but you can find them on the Cognitive Dissonance podcast as well. And if you'd like to keep the lights on, if you'd like to keep the bills paid, you can also make a per-episode donation at patreon.com/citationpod. Get yourself some bonus content, extra goodies while you're there, and of course, you'll always remain our favorite. You can also help us a lot by leaving a 5-star review everywhere, like on bathroom walls, iTunes, all sorts of places, and by telling your friends about the show and hectoring them about it until they cave in and listen. And if you want the show notes, past episodes, contact information, and more, head over to citationpod.com.
Whoa, what the fuck?
I became a man just now.
You deserve that. You deserve that for stealing the tone of an intro.
Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome to Citation Needed, the podcast where we don't you mock me. Now I'm self-conscious. I'm going to do it again.
Oh, is that I finally figured out that's a mocking laugh. Okay, I get it now. I get it.
I do this casual. I'm going to do this casual. There's nobody judging me. Just welcome people to the show.
I'm judging him.
Okay,
don't
here we go.
tell him.
Hello. Nope, not that. All right, the key is to just smooth through it. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to Site. That's weird. That's weird. I did that weird.
We've ruined him.
I'm in my head now.
Ruined him.
I'm in my head. Hello and welcome. No, okay. Someone else. Someone give me the read, and then
I didn't see you there.
He's gonna have to mute his end to do it. It's pretty good.
It's like Christopher Walken all of a sudden.
Hello and welcome to Citation. All right, here we go. Easy breezy. Just welcome the folks to the program. All right, here we go. Hello. Be
a professional.
I'm getting stuck on the hello. Here we go.
Say it normal.
Wonderful
hello. Do a
One full
normal hello.
sentence. Here we go.
Jesus.
Don't think too much about how you sound while you're doing it. Like just put
we
that
go.
out of your mind. You sound totally normal when you say hello.
Here we go.
Hello?
Think about each
Hello,
letter
hello.
individually.
All right.
letter.
All right, here we go.
Just pronounce the H in
Sound
it.
it
real hard.
out. Just sound it out.
Hello.
Hello.
Maybe emphasis on the O at the end.
Can't wait to
Hello.
edit this, guys.
This is Patreon content.
Maybe pronounce the comma. Just like, fuck it. It's like a new thing. Nobody does that.
Hello,
comma. And welcome to Citation Needed, comma, the podcast where we choose a subject, comma.
All right. Hello and welcome. Nope.
It's too fast. How fast was
I
that?
was trying to get through it.
You're going so fast. Just fucking calm down and say the words.
Oh, now I'm supposed to calm down? It's been 12 minutes. You calm down. Hello and welcome.
Howdy.
It's hello and welcome that's throwing me off. To be fair, hello and welcome's a weird thing to say.
Hello and welcome to. All right, the first 8 episodes
¿cómo está?
worked just fine, but on the 9th episode,
All right. Here we go.
Nueva York.
All right. I got this. It's going to be easy. It's just, okay, one take. Marlon Brando.
Get this. Adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/getstarted. That's GREENLIGHT.com/getstarted.